Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the undefeated super featherweight contender himself. It is, of course, Mr. Ryan Garner. Ryan, welcome back on the show, my friend.
Nah, cheers for having me, mate. It's been a little while, hasn't it? Like you said, about a year.
Yeah, it's been a little while. Not as long as that. It's been about half a year. Great to have you back on, Ryan.
My life's too hectic, mate. My life's too hectic. I don't know what day of the week it is sometimes at the moment.
Oh man. So yeah, we last spoke back in July. At the time you were getting ready to fight Archie Sharp. It was, in your words, by far your toughest test on paper, going into it. Talk me through the performance. I was sat ringside. It was a great performance from you.
Yeah, I was happy with it, mate. Like I said, I always take points out of it, like criticise myself. Do you know what I mean? A very good performance, but I still think, like I say, consider the caliber of what he supposedly, like how good he was supposed to be. Obviously, 25-0, and he was a big name. It was a big fight on paper, really. Do you know what I mean? But I felt I was comfortable in there. Do you know what I mean? The first couple of rounds, he was a bit like I knew he would. Really, I knew he'd be on his toes. Do you know what I mean? Keep it long, but I soon closed the distance. Once I got my distance, I found my rhythm. I think it was just I was in control pretty much for the whole rest of the fight, really. So I was happy with it, mate. But like I say, still haven't seen the best of me yet. I don't think. There's still those to come.
That's fantastic to hear. Moving on, obviously you'll be headlining in Bournemouth on March the 1st. Firstly, tell me what it means to headline this show.
It's massive, mate. Obviously, it's massive for my career, really. I know that if I win this fight, mate, there's big doors will open. Obviously, I see Frank do an interview with someone the other week. He was like, he's very confident that if I get through this, he can deliver me a world title shot. So, who knows, mate? It's just around the corner, but it's massive for my career. Not only, obviously, I've got a big connection with Southampton Football Club now as well, and we're just obviously, if I get through this, and then there's talks of hopefully one day fighting at St Mary's. So it all rests on this, that I win and perform. Do you know what I mean? And it keeps this the dream alive, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's massive for my career, this fight. This determines really how far I'll really go if you win this fight. Do you know what I mean? And it opens up massive doors and sets up my family for financially. Do you know what I mean? So it's everything.
Yeah, 100%. And I was actually going to say, are you happy with what sort of come next after beating Archie Sharp? Because the worst thing in the world would have been if you'd have fought Archie. Obviously, it was a risky fight. If you win that fight, but then don't really get the reward fight afterwards, and you're sitting on the shelf, it's almost for nothing. But to be fighting for the European title, headlining a show, it's perfect, really. This next move.
Yeah, if I'm honest, mate, it couldn't have put in any better. Obviously, I know I was lined up to be fighting at the end of last year, but I had a few niggles in that from the Archie. Well, I had a few niggles before Archie in the camp, and straight in the camp, but I just pushed through it because obviously, like I said, it's my highest payday and the biggest opportunity in my career, so there's no way I was pulling out the fight, even though it was only little niggles, do you know what I mean? But they're like, it just throws you off the game a bit, but I know there's no way I was pulling out that, and then I started getting back into training straight after to fight the end of the year. And it was just, just little things playing on me and that. So we left it. But I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason. And for me not to fight at the end of the year and then a European title shot come along. Do you know what I mean? So I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason. So there's a reason I didn't fight at the end of the year for whatever reason. And then, this has come alight and couldn't have been any better, really, been any bigger. Do you know what I mean? A European title shot, headlining down here. And I have no doubt it's going to be a sellout show. It's just the icing on, and then win this, mate. It's just the icing on the cake, and it could, like you say, like I said earlier, it could set my family up for life after this.
And let's talk about it. Like we say, March the 1st in Bournemouth, you'll be boxing Spain's Salvador Jiminez. What do you know about Jiminez, Ryan? I've seen there's a little bit of him on YouTube, isn't there?
Yeah, mate. If I'm honest, I don't like to look too much into it, if I'm honest, because then you get in the ring, you start overthinking things, and if that things don't work out, then you got it in your head that that it's going to happen. Do you know what I mean? That and then it throws you off your game. Whereas if you go spar if you go away and spar in other gyms, and you've got these whoever you're sparring, you don't know nothing about them. You just get on with it. And I've got 12 rounds to figure them out. So if I'm as good as what I think I am, I should be able to figure them out in them 12 rounds. Do you know what I mean? And then get the win. But I know I watched like one round. I think he's fighting Juanfi. I sparred Juanfi before when I went over to Spain. So I know what he's about. And obviously I know what I'm capable of. And he looks game, strong, fit, but he's definitely not technically not as good as me. And I think he takes breathers as well, if you know what I mean. Like I go through the gears, and I'm a high pressure fighter, so I think that's going to play a massive effect in it. Do you know what I mean? He likes to have breathers to get himself. He goes in bursts. Do you know what I mean? Then has breathers, but I'm not going to give him them breathers. So then we'll see how we can deal with it. But I'm under no illusion it's going to be a very, very hard fight. He's game. He looks fit. He looks strong. So yeah, it could be fight of the night.
Yeah, talking of fight of the night, it has to be mentioned. Obviously, Archie Sharp's now fighting on your undercard against your former opponent, Liam Dillon. That's an interesting fight. How do you see that one going?
Very tough, mate, if I'm honest to call. Like you said, they're both different styles. I know Archie's obviously a lot better boxer than that. And I think he can, if he turns up on his day, he can box Liam Dillon's head off. But he's a bit more controlled than me, I'd say Archie is. Do you know what I mean? Me, like I said, I like a little row. Do you know what I mean? So when I fought Dillon, the first 5-6, I was comfortably winning. Do you know what I mean? But I got drawn in. Yeah, but I don't think Archie will get drawn in, if you know what I mean. He's a bit more cuter than that. Obviously, I got drawn in a bit and then made it a bit more easier for Liam. Do you know what I mean? Where I don't think Archie will. So it's tough, mate. But I'd see Archie potentially winning just because he nicked the rounds in it. Do you know what I mean? And then box and move, and Liam's a bit slower on his feet. But Liam Dillon is game, fit, and he's up for it, mate. Do you know what I mean? So if he sticks on your chest, who knows what happens? It depends if Archie sits there and lets him unload. So it just depends. In my opinion, it's whoever turns up on the night, mate.
Yeah, it's a good fight. I think stylistically, again, the fans are being for a treat. Am I right in saying as well, Ryan, that this week you appeared for the first time, or maybe last week, you appeared for the first time in the top 15 ranking with the IBF?
Yeah, mate, news to me. I don't have a clue.
Yeah. You're in the top 15 with the IBF as well now.
I haven't got. See, with like rankings, I don't ever look at them. Don't do nothing. Anything I ever looked at is like BoxRec, yeah. And I'm ranked second on there, but that's it. That don't mean nothing really. BoxRec, because there's a lot of good fighters there. But other than that, I haven't really paid attention to rankings. But it's good to know that I'm in the IBF rankings. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you've been in the WBC rankings for a little while.
Obviously, I've had the WBC.
Yeah.
I think I did get pushed up to 14th, I think, because they're the WBC convention.
That's right. You're there, and then I believe you're 15th with the IBF. They've just put you in this month in their latest rankings.
And like I say, it might not happen, yeah, but it's all like it's a coincidence. It's a bit of a coincidence, all this, yeah. And I believe in it. Everything happens for a reason, and I'm gonna win this fight. And then there's also we talked about the dreams about St. Mary's, but it's just such a coincidence. On the 1st of March when I fight, I think the WBA regular title or something, or interim, that becomes vacant because he's fighting Tank, isn't he?
Right.
Whatever his name.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Lamont. Lamont Roach.
Lamont Roach. Yeah. Is he fighting Tank?
Yeah.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's got that title, and I believe it because they're fighting heavier. That becomes vacant after that. So it's just weird, isn't it? Like it might not never happen. I might not fight for the WBA, but I'm just saying, Frank Bleasy can get me a world title shot after. If I win this, surely I'm up in the rankings massively in the world. And then who knows? Maybe a WBA thingy title next at St. Mary's or something like that, or who knows? Just defend the European a few times. But it's just massive, mate. Like I say, if I win this fight, it's opened up more doors than like winning the Archie Sharp. I said the same thing with the Archie Sharp fight, and it has opened up a European title shot. Like it's all weird. Like last year was massive for my career, and this year just feels like this is going to be like that was my coming out party last year, and this year's going to be the cementing of me. Do you know what I mean? And actually winning big things. I think it's just going to be massive for my whole life and career this year.
It's great, mate. You're off to a great start to have your
date
penciled in nice and early. Yeah,
with the show headlining.
Yeah.
Sold I sold well over 1,000 tickets myself, so it's massive. It's just it's all happening at the right time as well. I think now as well, physically, mentally, 27 now, feel like I'm in my peak, my prime. So I think this is all happening at the right time, and it's just all going to gel together for a massive 2025.
We'd all love to see it happen, my friend. We'd all love to see it happen. Just before we let you go, Ryan, if you've got any closing words to the listeners, you want to sign out with a little message before you go, the floor is yours, my friend.
Nah, obviously, I just want to thank all my sponsors that helped me throughout the whole year. Yeah, I've got a lot of that full-time sponsors, some per fight, but each and every one of them, it all makes a massive difference. Helps me concentrate full-time on training, and yeah, I'm just if anyone's up for watching a very, very good, exciting fight, as I know this is going to be March 1st, and watching me win the European title, I have no doubt in my mind, because it's destiny, mate. It's meant to happen. Just make sure you tune in or you'll be there. There's minimal tickets left. Most of the tickets are just the 55 and 65, maybe some 45, but all the lower end, all the top end, they're all gone, mate, really. So it's been massive support. I just want to thank everyone who's bought tickets and is going to be there on the night, and I'm no doubt they're going to be wanting more of it after the atmosphere and everything and the performance I'm going to put on.
Yeah, you'd be crazy to miss it. Great card. Joe Joyce even on the undercard. It's got a little bit of everything, my friend. As always, Ryan, the pleasure's mine. Thanks so much for your time. Best of luck March 1st. We'll speak after the fight.
Top man, mate. I'll speak to you soon. Hopefully I'll be a European champ by then.
There we go. See you soon, my friend. God bless.
Cheers. Bye.